What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. This is David, and I appreciate you tuning in to Stock Talk David. Hey, we're going to continue on with our series with passive income. Passive income. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about two ETFs that pay a monthly dividend. And, it's something that you may want to think about adding to your portfolio. We're in different times now. And these dividend ETFs are popping up. And we used to consider them all pretty risky, but now I think some of these ETFs are starting to make sense. The numbers really start to add up as far as how they can really help your passive income, and whether it's monthly, quarterly, weekly, which we'll be getting into in some videos down the road. Passive income is just, it's the way to go. As far as taking those steps towards financial freedom. So without further ado, let's get right into the first ETF that we're going to talk about, and that ticker symbol is FIPI. FIPI. It is Direct FANG and Innovation Equity Premium Income ETF. And let's go down here. We're going to read a little bit about it, and let's see here. The fund is an actively managed exchange traded ETF that seeks current income while maintaining the opportunity for exposure to the share price. Exposure to the share price of the securities of the companies comprising the Selective FANG Innovation Index. The fund advisor seeks to employ the fund's investment strategy. Let's see if we can expand it here. The fund advisor seeks to employ the fund's investment strategy regardless of whether there are periods of adverse market, economic, or other conditions, and will not seek to take temporary defensive positions during such periods. It is non-diversified. All right, so let's see here. I want to go back to the summary here. Go through a couple of things. All right, as you see here, the yield, or we start with the PE ratio of 34.08, yield 28.73%. You see here, the year-to-date total return is 0.71%. Exception date. So fairly new, right? Fairly new, been around since October 11, 2023. So fairly new, but at the same time, we have enough data out there to kind of track its performance. So ticker symbol FEPI, and you see the performance overview. Year-to-date return 0.71%, negative 0.71% compared to the category. See 1-year return 4.78% compared to this category of 8.99%. 3-year return, we haven't been around for 3 years, so don't really have the numbers to compare. Let's take a look at some of the top holdings, which make up 70% of the total assets. We see Alphabet, familiar names: Alphabet, Netflix, Broadcom, Adobe, Nvidia, Tesla, Microsoft, Palantir, Meta, and AMD. And now let's get to the nitty gritty, right? Let's go to historical data. And these videos are not like complete, really long. I just want to give you enough information for you to do your own research. And let's take a look at the dividend performance here. We'll go to dividend only. And look at here, it's a monthly paying dividend. But look at these payouts, right? 92 cents, 82 cents, 94 cents, 98%, $1.15 going back to June 2024. So man, to get 90, 80, 90, $1 per share is amazing, right? That's an amazing return for your funds to be parked into this ETF. We see that the share price holds pretty strong. I actually have this ETF, so I can speak personally about it. The ETF's been holding pretty strong. Of course, when the market goes down, you're gonna, it's gonna reflect with this ETF as well. When the market goes up, that market, the ETF is going to go up as well. But it's been holding the share price. I'm up on my share price since I've held this position, and I'm receiving monthly dividend income. And I have enough shares. If you go look at my May dividend payout, I'll break it down how many shares I have, and I'm receiving at least a share return on the dividend, right? So every month when I receive that dividend, I'm actually reinvesting. I'm actually able to add a full share each month. So, so without me doing anything, I'm adding to my monthly income, and I'm increasing my shares by a full share each month. So FEPI has definitely done well for me in my portfolio. So for me, it's a thumbs up. But remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. I'm just giving you my opinion and what I have in my portfolio. And FEPI, like I said, do your own research. I just want to bring you guys, passive income opportunities. And, if you're looking for places to park your money, FEPI has done really well for me since I've owned the ETF. I'm going to jump to the next one here. We're going to go to GPIQ. Now, I don't currently own this ETF. I have in the past, and I'll be looking to add it back to the portfolio. But let's take a look at it. GPIQ, Goldman Sachs, NASDAQ 100 Premium Income ETF. Let's take a look at the profile. You see the trading price where it's trading at right now. Let's take a look at the profile. We'll come back up to the summary. This fund invests under normal circumstances at least 80% of its net assets plus any borrowings for investment purposes in equity investments in companies that are included in the fund's benchmark. The fund would generally seek to maintain style, capitalization, and industry characteristics similar to its benchmark. The fund is non-diversified. All right, let's go back to the summary here. Let's see how long it's been around. Let's see what type of yield it's paying. You see the price earnings ratio 30.54, yield 10.39%. So not as much as the FEPI, but still a really strong yield here. And you see the year-to-date total return of 3.63%. And this inception date's been around since 2023, October 2023. So it hasn't been around terribly long, but long enough for us to gain some data on its performance. So let's go jump over to the historical data. Let's take a look at these dividend payouts. And we look at year-to-date return. You can kind of tell that it's holding its share price. You kind of gauge it towards the market. Did we look at performance? Let's look at performance, and we'll jump back into the dividend. Yeah, let's go over here to performance, right? You see the year-to-date performance, GPIQ 3.63% compared to this category, up. 1 year return, GPIQ up 14% compared to 8.99%. And once again, we don't have a 3-year because it's only been around since 2023. So, but yeah, man, doing really well with its performance. And let's jump back over to historical data. Let's look at some of these dividend payouts. Like I said, I did own GPIQ at one point. I don't currently have it just because I did some rearranging in that particular portfolio. But it's the ETF that I'm pretty sure that I'm going to add back to the portfolio at a later date as I continue to build up my passive income. So let's take a look at some of these payouts here. Recently, we had a 41-cent payout, 38-cent a share payout, 38, 41, 43, 42, 43, 41, 41, 41, 41, 42. So over the last year, pretty strong payouts. 40 cents a share is what it's been holding. You have some 38 cents a share, but overall, really strong payouts each month. Like I said, if you're looking to park your money somewhere and earn some passive income, when you look at ETFs like FEPI, GPIQ, I've talked about QQQI, I've talked about SPYI. These ETFs, although they haven't been around for a long period of time, they are showing that they are pretty safe places to park your money. and earn monthly passive income. Like I said, we have positions that I get paid on every week now. So, times are changing, right? You don't have to be in the that small dividend paying or ETF because we scared of the share price dropping, right? There are ETFs now that are not only holding their share price, but they're paying strong monthly, weekly, quarterly dividends. So it's all about researching. It's about um, just kind of knowing what's going on right now. And you're going to have to adjust your strategy a little bit if you want to keep up and take advantage of what's going on in today's time. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research and you do what's best for you and your portfolio. But for me, I'm definitely taking advantage of these opportunities to um, find strong performing ETFs and increase my passive income. And that's what I want to bring to you. So, but yeah, that's going to be it for today's video, man. Um, I don't want to string it out too long. Just want to bring you guys more information about this passive income. I'm on my passive income journey. I'm doing really well right now with my dividend income. We're growing it every single month. Doing well with my cover call income. We're having a great month of June. Probably going to be our best month by the time the month is over. And it's just different ways to use the stock market to earn extra income. So let me know you guys' feedback in the chat. I really appreciate it. Until next time, I will talk to you later.